All right, we're reading the latest chapter of Mimiyori Harmonia. She's just put on the Denon 7100s, which she was very excited to try, being that they were the middle child of the two druidic enchanted forest experiences she had with the Denon 7000 and Denon 7200. But instead, who pulls up in the convertible? But an abducting gigantic American girl. A Sugoi energetic world, yo. But this was supposed to be the Japanese team that made these Denon cans. So could it be that they overcompensated? They tried to become too American to kind of measure up to the other products on the line? And instead... Whoa, but she's kind of into it, maybe. The glitz and the glamour of America. I like the use of the very obviously just photos with filters over top of this section, because it kind of has like that overload, overstimulus type feeling, you know? That if you imagine you live in a world of manga illustration, and then to suddenly see the grit and detail and dirtiness of the real world, I think would have this sort of jarring effect that she has when she's pulled into this America hallucination. Soft and resonating sound is just like the middle of forest from the 7,720s. What a tough urban sound. The first of the two models sweetly packaged low end. The bass, I keep saying bass. I don't know why, it's not like I encountered that word in fishing. It just looks like it should be pronounced bass. The earth-shattering bass. That's a big fish. Oh, man. Oh, New York. Downtown. Manhattan. People getting lattes. Such a fast cadence. Feel the hustle and bustle of the city at every corner. The whole city is rendered realistically. This must be a drive in New York. This doesn't seem so bad. Urban Night Dream. Yeah, I think she's into it. And then there's this amazing shot of her driving the car with the headphones. Yet again, another usage of the headphones as like a physical object unto themselves. And just kind of the weird properties they have that you can use them as a steering wheel. Hey, why not? So is this really so abhorrent that they need to seal it away? Is this really such a failure of the Denon team? It's just different, isn't it? It's just the urban experience, the urban jungle, instead of the normal jungle. Huh? Right? No? Let's see. Let's see what she thinks after the experience is over. Sounds hella cool. I want to see the headphones to the side as well. Whoa! That is some Hollywood-esque design. It kind of looks like Beats, you know? I think Beats I associate with the cup being like fully plasticed and sealed all the way up to the band, whereas, you know, like on my headphones there's a kind of a separation here. Sci-fi aesthetic is so cool. So she's super into it. Everything seems good. What made it so troubling that they had to seal it away? Ah, this part that looks like a hamburger patty? So, yeah, is it that they lost the wood cup and that's why people revolted? It was seen as such a signature of their style. Is that why the sound is so different? The outermost part is made of plastic, and so that's what ends up resonating strongest? But this hamburger patty part, how mysterious. What's going on there? Using it just to give us this tease. The tease lends more to the imagination than the full view. I mean, that's certainly not the philosophy that this comic has been espousing from the get-go. America influenced them profoundly. All right, so now we're getting some historical reenactment. This is another hallmark of the series, that these headphone engineers and manufacturers, the conditions of the headphone market are going to be typically depicted as an outright war zone. And I always wondered, you know, are there some audio engineers, some people that worked on Denon headphones back in the day that somehow find out about this manga and see. It's like when they asked Chuck Yeager, the American fighter pilot and stunt pilot, they showed him pictures of Shirley, of Charlotte from Strike Witches, and we're like, this girl is based on you. She's Charlotte E. Yeager. She's named after you, and her personality's supposed to be like you. And he was basically just like, I don't understand. I don't understand what it is that you're saying to me. Okay. So Denon, yeah, they're Japanese from the start. So I was a little confused before when they were talking about the Japanese team because I thought they were Japanese from the start. But yeah. All art from here on is the artist's impression. Sure. Okay. Company made recording equipment for broadcast stations and the like. Sure. Cutting edge of sound recording at the time. Ooh, the end of the war edict. The Tamane broadcast using a Denon disc recorder. Wow. That's some history right there. That's some like real history. That's not at all more dramatized than it is. Japan was proud of the brand. In 2000, they understood the great, terrible prophecy of Nostradamus. Whoa! America bought them! Look at this guy with his gigantic corncob pipe and 3 visible flags on his uniform with one more strongly implied on the other shoulder. Even the sound effects are starred. That's fantastic. That's... I don't know, man. I would like to see a nice compilation of America present in... And not just, you know, like, there's always, like, American stereotype characters. Like, in Yu-Gi-Oh!, there's that guy. You're gonna expect me to remember Yu-Gi-Oh! Character's name? Chuck Freedom or something? But in even more niche things like this, there's always, like, some consistent America tropes that they seem not just unwilling to pass up given the opportunity, but almost desperate to use. Like, their long manga career had been building up to the moment that they got to draw this corncob pipe smoking American general waving around a gigantic stack of yen. Decided that Denon would be bought with American money. That year, 2008, Japanese team that had developed the D7000 received much fame. Wow, this guy is saying, making me so diamonds. That's some very lewd slang. I wonder what it was in the original. So the D7000, pretty damn good. Too many years since the development of 7000s. Start development on a successor. We will be in charge of the successor's development. Ah, so this is what made the 7100 so blasphemied. Ah ha ha, look at this guy. Look at him. Look at this asshole. Okay, now I'm not sold anymore on the 7100s. I see. It wasn't a deliberate choice by the same design team to mix it up a bit, to explore a new frontier or anything like that. It was the brash imposition of the American overlords. Something like a hamburger patty should be more than enough. So it literally is supposed to be like a hamburger patty. I don't know about that, but I don't think that conversation would maybe happen. What about those customers who love the 7000s? Yeah. It's just far too different. The AHD 7100 was spread around the world. It's so drastic. Isn't erotic enough at all. Enough resolution and a life experience to be a match for expensive monitoring headphones. Letdown, losing a lot of customers. Sure. Tamare. Oh, but what will they do against the Americans? How did they manage to succeed? And oh my god, this page is insane. Look at this. Look at him staring down. Look at the way that the one glass is like blacked out from the reflection. It's intimidating. But it's kind of interesting the way these stories are told, because we already know about the 7200s. We already know that those came out, right? So it's like we don't We're not like in suspense. We're not worried or confused. Look at this. The speech bubble is coming out of his pipe though. And yet they're going to such lengths to make this so scary, to make this like really emotionally resonant. This is cool. This is cool. I'm not complaining. I think that's actually amazing. I think this sort of disregard for your own storytelling, this sort of information and structure over a climactic structure, an informative structure over a climactic structure. I guess that's what I'm looking for here. And this is something that I see in manga quite often, and I always really enjoy it. It seems to reflect a real purity as to the project. And yet, obviously, it doesn't come at the cost of real emotional expressiveness, even when it serves no hype building or tension raising end. 7100 is not bad. Industry is declining. Death by 1,000 cuts. We are also considering withdrawing from the headphone business. Oh no, what will happen? Get! Tells her to get. I wonder if he said get in Japanese. That's like a word that Japanese people, I feel unfortunate if they've come across it. I think that word is like so obnoxious. Get. 7,000 series is going to end in such a form. Oh no, the Japanese development chain continue to endure. It's time to not forget the bitterness and grief. Every night they would sleep on a bed of firewood. Is that true? Or is that like a visual metaphor for the intensity with which they persevered? Or did that literally happen? It's such a detail to include that it almost feels like it must have literally happened. It's not the most unbelievable thing. It's just pretty crazy. They would lick bitter sap every morning, awaiting a chance to regain their honor. I don't think that's true. This incident became the origin story of the Troubles. Look up last usage. And there's some asterisks here, so maybe we can understand once we scroll down. But the Troubles, in my mind, refers to during the Irish struggle for independence, the Irish Republican Army, like firebombing and car bombing and stuff like that. Those are often referred to as the Troubles. So this must be some other troubles. Then one day, at home, they made a crucial decision. To come to this, I have no choice. Everyone. America's still ignoring this. Let's make the successor to the 7,000 ourselves. Whoa. In the back, they have a kanji for sound up on the wall. It's pretty cool. They rebuke us. Exactly can't let it end this way. It's too risky. First, why don't we hit him with a jab? Ah, okay. So instead of maybe working on the flagship line right away, they're going to kind of prove their intent with a more budget headphone, something like that. Yeah, too risky to someone develop a flagship model. Slight reduction in the grade of the model. We can try to make a model that conveys our organic style. That earns a high reputation and may soften America's attitude on the matter. Ah, the AHMM 400. It's very cute. I really like the design of that. Still has the walnut ear cups, but it's a much kind of smaller band, smaller cup. It doesn't stick out horizontally as much, it looks like. Hella wood. Highlighted the walnut timber gained a favorable reputation. Everyone is in agreement. We should make a successor to the 7,000 with this attitude. Give us one more chance. She goes back to Mr. American General Man. And what is his call? Ooh, he concedes. Got it? You may start development. Demonstrate a skill to make 7,000 successor. Thank you. Ah, all right. How nice. Okay, cool. So, there was still some tension, I suppose. I shouldn't be so quick to dismiss the entire enchantment of mystery and storytelling by the fact that we knew that eventually they would make the 7200s. But yeah, that's great. All right, sweet. I still feel very relieved because all these twists and turns, I wasn't quite sure how it was that they end up getting made. 2017, the successor was called the AHD 7200 upon completion. Oh, she's crying from the inspirational story, from the beauty of this audiophile saga. The reason that sounds overflows with a fiery passion, because it's a return to the roots accumulating came before. The presentation of 7100's dark past, I kind of feel differently about it. Ah, okay, cool. So she seeks out now to redeem these poor, unfortunate headphones, these neglected middle children between the two beloved entries in the series. Completely different. Look at this model by itself. It had a cool design and sounds fantastic. With the 7100, they became passionate about the 7200's development. That's good. These three models are connected together. Ah, yeah, that's nice. Then even if you think of it as a misstep, it's still a beautiful piece of audio equipment. It's still quite an amazing pair of headphones. And who knows what you could say about the 7200s were it not for that. Who knows what would have happened? I don't know. No one knows. Maybe they'd be even better, but they wouldn't have had the same sort of triumphant return. They wouldn't have felt like they were arising once again or anything like that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm into it. I'm into it. Okay, so I still can't believe that the guy was eating a hamburger when he said, we can just put this little hamburger patty of wood in the design and that's good enough. He's literally eating a hamburger. Anyways, okay, all right, so. Glad I invited you for this part. Aww, how nice. This is the first time that she's really kind of taught her something. That she's allowed her to love a pair of headphones that before maybe she didn't love so much. That maybe she sealed away 500 layers of tape deep in a box in the closet. Maybe she'll display them now. Maybe she'll see it's part of that lineage. All right. So now we will continue on the headphone path. We've finished with Denon, I believe. Oh, wait. Oh, we're getting a little bonus, a little preview. Ah, learning about open and closed types of headphones. All right, this is a good lesson. This is a pretty key distinction. One leaks sound of the headphones and the other doesn't. Doesn't always goes through the ear, it also goes outside. So for a long time, I always wore open headphones. There's a lot of things I like about them. They're generally lighter. They're generally cooler to wear, like temperature-wise. The sound can usually be a lot more open. It kind of feels like there's more of an expanse within the sound, which I quite like. And I still love these headphones, and I still find some usage for them sometimes. It feels very nostalgic to wear them now, though, because for the most part, I've moved over to these guys, which are closed headphones. And I switched to closed headphones primarily because I wanted something that I could wear in public, that I could take with me to the library or other places like that to work and use. And it takes a bit to get used to them. Like, it also cuts off what you can hear from the outside world quite a bit. They get hotter faster. The sound is quite different. But in terms of the quality of the sound, many times people think of, you're kind of sacrificing something in the sound quality by getting closed headphones because you want that additional portability and usability and whatever. But for these, I don't think so. For these, I am convinced they're every measure as good as kind of an open pair at the same price point. And I think they're able to achieve that same like vivid openness, that same expansive sound that any open headphones I've tried have. Anyways, okay, so yeah, those are the key differences. Closed headphones where the space on both sides of the drivers are sealed. Improve the audio quality, but it's hard for the sound to leak out. When I close, I'm barely exposed. The semi-closed headphone. Whoa! Okay. Alright. She went there. Oh, this is the end of the volume, so that was probably just a little bonus chapter for the end of the volume. Alright. Nice, nice. Ha. The cooperation from Fostex Bear Dynamic. Wow, so the headphone companies actually did collaborate in some capacity. They were actually contacted and reached out to, and then they offered some sort of feedback or information or whatever, I guess. It's pretty cool. I'm surprised. But right there, we can see the special thanks for the cooperation. So I wonder what that entailed exactly. At any rate, this is a great series. I can't wait to learn more about other headphone brands. Oh, oh, baby. Oh, next volume. The stacks. They already busted out the stacks. I was just about to say, of all the brands that I'm most excited to see, probably Sennheiser. If they do a volume on Sennheiser, I really enjoy them. But then the stacks. The stacks have elevated themselves into like a mystical place in my mind. My cousin has been obsessed with electrostatic headphones for a little while, has described to me again and again their glory and advised me of the worthiness of investing in a proper electrostatic setup. I haven't gone that far yet. That's like a long down the road sort of dream, perhaps. Besides which, it's like if it's really true what he says that it ruins all over other headphones, then why am I in a rush to race to that pinnacle and then have nowhere left to go? I did try them at the headphone store where I bought these in Japan. They had a little setup for the electrostatics, and unlike all the other headphones where you could just freely plug in your phone or your MP3 player or whatever it is you had on you, the electrostatic ones, they had a very specific setup with preamps and a laptop feeding it through a dedicated DAC and blah, blah, blah. So you could only listen to the songs that were on the laptop, unfortunately. So I didn't really have as amazing an experience with them as I would have liked. It's so much better to listen to something you're familiar with that you really enjoy, and then to try to hear new details or hear kind of what sounds better, what sounds more rich. So I don't know. I feel like the full mystery of the stacks is still elusive to me. And I'm really excited to someday get a chance to kind of properly demo them and go through stuff like that. What I've heard from people is that the electrostatic sound sounds unreally realistic. I said a confusing sentence just now. What they say is that it really feels like you're hearing live instrumentation. And that you can almost feel like a physical distance between you and what you're hearing. That at first kind of sounds like bad, like, you know, you'd rather be up close and immersed in the music. Whereas the electrostatics, my cousin said, it's more just like you're hearing it down the hall. It almost feels like it's playing in another room, but that it's really playing, that the instruments are really there in that other room. So that's quite intriguing to me. Let's see. All right, good series. Can't wait to find out about those stacks. Some more gorgeous shots of headphones right here at the end. What a wonderful series. What a wonderful industry. Ha ha ha. I'd like to see though, what were those many asterisks that were talking about the troubles and stuff? I don't know, but maybe I missed the note that described it. I don't think so. So, maybe right before this bonus chapter? No. Alright, whatever. We'll just keep going. We'll continue on our headphone path as well. Alright, that's all for now. Bye-bye.